to do a review that will synergize all of these products, but to pull it all together and understand how it works, here's the main book. It's called the Coconut Oil Miracle. This is on Amazon Kindle by Bruce Fife. And there's another book. I'll show you how this works. You push the home button, brings you back to the list of books, and then I'll put it down to Magnesium Miracle there. And there's that book. Now both of these are available on regular paperbacks as well as the Kindle version. The synergy here that's involved is these products are symbolic of it. There's actually more that are involved. The essence, though, is the combination of coconut oil and magnesium. Now these types of magnesium here are what's called transdermal. They're used on your skin to impart magnesium that way, because recently there have been more and more problems with ingestion of getting magnesium accepted. I won't go into that. If you read these books and read some of my other reviews on magnesium products, you'll get a lot of detail on that, maybe more than you even want or need. But to start with, I'm going to deal mostly with food, and I want to feature this oil because I want to explain as clearly as possible how to use this in combination with magnesium products, because the oil has a special fatty acid that the body needs that is very helpful. But there's a lot of potassium in coconut oil. I'll show you what it looks like here. It's kind of hard to see, but it's a little bit harder of a saturated fat than butter, but you can keep it in a cupboard. It doesn't have to be refrigerated. It's one of its best qualities is that it does not go rancid very easily. Generally, according to Bruce Fife's book, you can keep a coconut oil that's good to start with for a year or more, sometimes even 3, just in a cupboard, and it will still remain good. And of course, you can tell by the smell. But what this oil does, it not only is healthy because of the types of fats that it has in it, the medium chain fatty acids, and I think it's lauric acid also that's really good, but that you'll read in the book. What I mostly want to say is how this can really enhance cooking. When you fry meats in coconut oil or cook anything in it, it seems to impart the flavor of the food rather than taking away from it, which surprised me, because I've cooked with certain oils like walnut oil, macadamia nut oil, and they seem to impart a sweet taste to some of the meats that you might not want. For some reason, the coconut oil doesn't do that. It seems to enhance the flavor of whatever you're cooking, and I really like that. It also goes very well with garlic and onions, and I showed a nice dried garlic product from Amazon in a review on the coconut oil book when I featured the Coconut Oil Miracle, featuring that book. But I did want to mention that the combination of cooking with in the oil, I usually put those garlic, toasted garlic and onions and maybe cilantro, fresh cilantro. It just does something for flavor. The other thing that's kind of nice about this is if you want to use it on your skin, I'll put it on my hands sometimes and then just, smelling the palms of your hands. It's such a fresh scent. It's not overwhelmingly coconut. It's just fresh and clean, and it feels healthy and just good. There's only a problem for me with this oil. I was literally eating it out of the jar because I also have a liver problem, and it's very easy for the liver to work with and digest. But it has a lot of magnesium in it, and when you have a lot of the other minerals, it has a lot of potassium. I wish it did have a lot of magnesium. My theory is that possibly in the original form of foods, before we had the cultural things we do and what we do with soils and fertilizers and so forth, it probably had a lot more magnesium. Or if you think of indigenous types of food habits, coconut trees are near the ocean often, or in a place where you have ocean breezes. The best source of magnesium actually is in the ocean, and probably in things that you fish out of the ocean to eat. So in its original indigenous setting, I think it still probably had more magnesium in natural coconut oil and in coconut products themselves. But with the potassium now, the problem seems to be that it will replace the magnesium. So if I eat too much coconut oil or use it too overwhelmingly, I'll have my telltale symptoms of magnesium deficiency, and I'll realize I need to increase somehow my intake and decrease the coconut oil. And I hate that, because you need that lauric acid. There's so many good qualities in it, but at least I have these products. What I use this for, and I've explained this also in my Miracle Coconut Oil Miracle, I spray this on foods, vegetables and fruits, and even meats. I'll spray it on meats when they're frozen or just thawing out, and then maybe pat some of it off. I experiment with it, and I'm a little bit careful because I don't want to have too much or have the bitterness, the slight bitterness from this magnesium chloride imparted in the food. Sometimes, strangely, just like the coconut oil enhances the integrity of the food itself and its own flavor, this seems to do the same with certain fruits and vegetables, which makes me wonder if there wasn't a time when things were a little bit more natural. Maybe if there was a Garden of Eden, if more foods naturally had magnesium in them, because it is such a needed mineral, needs to be in greater amounts and percentages than all of the other minerals, and it actually makes the other minerals work correctly. So, but you spray this sometimes on mushrooms or on sugar snap peas. You don't taste the bitterness of this. You taste an enhanced flavor of mushroom, an enhanced flavor of the peas. So this is just very interesting to me. If I find that there's still a little bit of a bitterness left on the food, I'll just rinse it off again. But I explained a little bit about that in my review on the Coconut Oil Miracle book. So I just wanted to bring out a little bit more in this review. That here, this is a smaller bottle that I started out with. I bought the bigger one in another review because I still do use it a lot, and to replace all the other oils that Bruce Fife explains are often rancid and really are not as good for you. I just believe what he says there. I don't believe everything in both of these books. I believe mostly in flavor, and that what I like and what tastes good is what's good for me. I might be wrong, I don't know, but that's what I believe, and that's what I go with. Except that I do need still to somehow get the magnesium into my cells. Once that happens, I think even more I'll be able to go just with the rich flavors that coconut oil cooking implants into foods. Now, I guess that's enough just for giving a little bit of a way of using the magnesium and the coconut oil together, and in ways that if you're deficient, you know what your symptoms will be and when you need to balance them a little bit. I just wonder, what was going on in the Garden of Eden with the coconut palm trees and the ocean breezes and the what was it